All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Monday Motivation. Hope you've had a great week, a great weekend, and this is the start of another great week. I love this Monday Motivation because I get to have a conversation with you about things that are important to you, and usually things that I'm talking with clients about. So I figure if it's something that one person is dealing with, it's something that you all can deal with. And I've been hearing about this. We've been dealing with plateaus, right? How many of you out there have dealt with a plateau or is dealing with a plateau, right? And so today let's talk about embracing the plateau, right? You've got to embrace the plateau. Just like you embrace the difficult emotions, you've got to embrace these things in order to work through them, because you have to work through them. There's no way else that you can get around. You can't get around them. You have to go through them, right? When you have difficult emotions, you have to go through it in order to get to the other side. When you're at a plateau, you must go through it in order to get to the other side. And I guarantee there is another side. There is another side. You will get there, but you must persist, right? The number one mindset I ask my clients to develop is I will persist until I win. The only way not to win is to give up or to turn back. But if you persist, I guarantee you will get through these plateaus, because, guys, let's face it, plateaus are not a bad thing. When you get to a plateau, that means you've been, getting some results, and guess what? Your body decides to put a stop to this whole weight loss nonsense. Because let's face it, to your body doesn't like to lose weight. I've talked about this a lot before. Weight loss is a very unnatural thing to your body. Your body has evolved over millions of years to store fat and to hoard fat for future use, for times of starvation, because, we're not that far off from the days when, we didn't have as much food to eat as we do today. This era of plenty is a very recent thing. So your body is still evolutionary programmed for the Stone Ages to hoard fat for future use. So when you start to lose weight, your body's naturally going to put a stop to it. Because keep in mind what you're losing. If you're doing this right, you're losing fat, right? When you lose weight, you lose fat, you lose water, you lose muscle. If you're doing this the way that we're recommending that you're doing this, you're losing fat. And when you're losing body fat is your body's most precious commodity. I want you to understand that. To your body, that's gold. We keep gold as the standard of our financial transactions. To your body fat is gold, because it is a very treasured source of energy, right? Fat has more than twice the calories or the energy potential as proteins and carbs. So what do you think your body's going to hold on to? It's going to hold on to every gram of fat it can, because that represents more than the carbs and the protein. So it's first going to burn the carbs, right, before it even gets to the fat. So your body's just putting a stop to this weight loss thing, because think about it. If it didn't, where does it end? Right? You think it's going to end when you lose the 20 pounds you want to lose? If it didn't put a stop to it, well, wouldn't it just continue to lose weight until you withered away to nothing? And what is that? That means you're dying. Your body wants to live, right? Life will find a way. Your body wants to live. So these are natural, survival mechanisms that are programmed in your body to live, right? And to make sure it doesn't starve to death. So in order to get through the plateau, you have to go through it, right? I like to say it's like being stranded in the desert, right? How far are you from water? Well, there's only one way to find out. You got to put one foot in front of the other, and you got to move forward, right? You got to walk. You got to move forward. You got to keep going so that you get to water. And there's no other way around it. If you stay where you are or, give up, where does that get you, right? So you got to keep moving through those plateaus. So how do you deal with a plateau? Well, if you're practicing the right habits that we've been teaching you, right? Eating balanced meals consistently over the course of the day so that you're balancing your hormones and over the process balancing your blood sugar and putting your body in the most ideal fat burning scenario by boosting your metabolism, optimizing your metabolism. That is what it means to eat the right foods in the right amounts at the right time, keeping those starchy carbs earlier in the day. That is how you eat to get results. That is also how you eat to go through a plateau. I mean, there's no other way. There are no gimmicks. And a lot of times people in plateaus, they're willing to try gimmicks, just to see the scale move. We talked about the scale before, right? We're willing to try gimmicks just to see the scale move. But no, that's not what you want to do. What do you want to do? You want to focus on getting stronger, fitter. And then you focus on getting leaner. Then you focus on getting stronger and fitter. Then you focus on getting leaner. Right? The way you eat, the way you train, that is the process. So when you're getting results, what do? You focus on getting stronger, focus on getting fitter, focus on getting better. When you're at a plateau, what do? You focus on getting stronger, focus on getting fitter, focus on getting better. It's the same process. You find ways to do what you're doing better. How can I do what I'm doing better? How can I be more committed to the habits I'm practicing? These are the habits of transformation. Eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right time, planning your tomorrow today, planning ahead, right? So that you have what you need when you need it. Prioritizing the needs of your future self over the needs of your current self. Asking yourself every day, how can I be 1% better? Was I 1% better today than I was yesterday? These are the habits of your future self. Prioritizing you and having everything else in your life revolve around your self-care as opposed to trying to fit your self-care into a busy schedule. Never going to happen over the long term. You've got to have everything else revolve around your self-care, right? So that you become the center of your universe and your self-care is the most important thing in your day. It has to be. If it's not, you're not on the path to long-term transformation. I've worked with a lot of clients over a long period of time, and every single one of them become very guarded about their self-care, right? They don't skip their workouts very easily. They don't skip the way they're eating very easily. They're very guarded. They prioritize the needs of their future self over the needs of their current lives, because the needs of your current life is designed to keep you right where you are. So how do you get through a plateau? You practice the same habits that we've been practicing. You just keep asking yourself, what else can I do to do what I'm doing better? What else can I do? What else can I do? Ultimately, it's something that you're doing. You're going to have to get more committed to your meals. You're going to have to get more committed to your habits. You're going to have to get more committed to your movement. You're going to have to get more committed to your sleep. You're going to have to get more committed to how you deal with the stressors in your life so you can reduce that cortisol, because increased cortisol leads to increased insulin. And guess what? Insulin is the death of fat loss. Insulin is the source of overweight and obesity. I mean, plain and simple. We talked last time about, why your hormones are responsible for long-term weight loss, and that is why. So just keep in mind that this is a process of going through a plateau. There are no gimmicks, there are no shortcuts. You got to go through it by being more dedicated, whether you're seeing results or not, as long as you're on path. You know that you're doing the right things. Don't look for quick fix, don't look for shortcuts. Dedicate yourself to doing what you're doing better. Dedicate yourself to being more consistent. How can I be 1% better today than I was yesterday? You can always be better. Right? You can always do what you're doing better. You can always be more committed to your habits. You can always get more conscious. You can always focus more on the water. All of the little things that you're practicing, I hope that you're practicing, because these are the foundational habits of your long-term success. That is how you get through a plateau. So before you start looking at other things outside of yourself, start looking at what you're doing and start asking yourself, how can I do what I'm doing better? How can I be more committed? Remember, success is nothing more than doing simple things consistently over time. So get more committed, get consistent. And I guarantee if you keep moving, you will break through those plateaus. Every single client I've ever worked with who've been at a plateau, and almost every single one have, they eventually get through it by keep moving forward. That is what it takes to get through the plateau. You won't like it. You will wish that you were getting better results. You will. It's just natural human nature. We never want to be where we are. We always want to be somewhere else. We always want things to happen faster. It's natural. It's okay, right? But guess what? You will get through it. Just keep moving forward, and know that as long as you know that you're doing the right things, you're putting in the work, right? You're doing the things that you need to be doing. You're practicing the habits. It will happen for you. I guarantee it. Okay? All right. Hope this has been helpful. See you next time.